Hello grade 11s, this is lesson 5 of week 25. We're looking at human populations and today we're going to focus on something known as age gender distributions. I'd like us to focus on the population of South Africa rather than the population of the whole world. Age gender distributions are a very particular kind of graph that enable us to look at how old the majority of the population is. We can break the population up into what we call age cohorts or divisions according to age and according to gender. So we're able to compare male-female ratios of different ages, all in one very useful graph. This is a bar graph that shows the growth of the South African population since 1947. Although the bar graph does give an indication of the trend, by trend, remember when we refer to trend, we're talking about the pattern. Although the bar graph gives an indication of the trend that the population is in fact growing, this graph is rather limited. For example, we have no details about the proportion of the population that is male or female. We don't know if it's that males are the majority in the population or is it females, because if young females are the majority of the population, we must expect this growth rate to increase. Is the population made up of old people, for example? We don't know the age ranges of the majority of people in the population. A graph like this one doesn't give us this vital information if we're going to want to use these trends to make predictions for the future. And so we need a different kind of graph. We need an age gender distribution or an age pyramid. This is an age gender distribution diagram or an age pyramid. And it is the pyramid for South African populations as at 2010. It was prepared by the United States Census Bureau and it is an international database. Now it looks very colorful and beautiful, so what does it actually tell us? Well, the graph has an x-axis that runs at the bottom of the graph on to the left and to the right, and it has a y-axis that runs up the middle of the graph. To the left of the graph, we show the male population. To the right of the graph, we show the female population. Running down the x-axis, we start with 0 and we increase in millions to show the population. The x-axis then, the variable is population number, growing in increasing numbers, millions. To the right, it shows us the number of females. To the left, it shows us also in increasing numbers, the population of males. The y-axis down the middle shows us the ages from babies 0 to 4, 5 to 9 years, 10 to 14 years, and each of these bars shows us a different age group. Do you see how much information is put into a pyramid graph such as this? What are some of the things that we can determine from this graph? Well, if we look at the 15 to 19 year age group, we can see that there are between 2 and 2.5 million females. There's slightly less males. We can see that there's slightly more males in the next age group than what there are females. But very importantly, there are many more 20 to 24-year-olds and 15 to 19-year-olds, which is South Africa's reproductive age, many more of them than any other age group. We must expect, therefore, to see an increase in population numbers in the future. There are basically three main types or shapes of age gender pyramids. You can get the pyramid that is in the typical pyramid or triangular shape, and this shows rapid population growth. Slow population growth has a very sharp pyramid or sharpened triangle, but the lower age cohorts are actually pretty stable. This shows slow population. Rapid population would occur in a country such as Afghanistan. Slow population growth, for example, the United States of America. And we see that in 2004, Afghanistan had a population growth rate of 2.6 per year, while the United States was growing at only 0.6 per year. Italy, on the other hand, had a declining or decreasing population growth rate, minus 0.1% per year. If we go back to the South African age pyramid diagram, we see that although we must expect a high reproductive and growth rate over the next number of years, what we also see is that there is that typical increase but decrease at the base of the graph, showing us that in the very far future, when this group, the 0 to 4-year-olds, have reached the reproductive age, there are going to be far fewer of them, and we may see then that the growth rate of South Africa, it's been increasing, may start decreasing and slowing down.